Hi everyone, this is Kathleen with Windy Chaos, and I'm here today with a new pinwheel set to share with you. So, pinwheel sets are the smallest of the kit sizes that I do, and I call them a set instead of a kit because you're kind of buying this one a la carte. So, you can get the clip art, or you can get the patterns, or you can get both if you want. But it's just an easy way to build up your motifs if you like without having to get all the extras if you don't. So the price point's nice and low, so it makes it just an easy quickie if you just want a couple of pieces, or you're just looking for a background, or you're just looking for a specific, you know, piece of clip art. It makes it feel kind of justifiable. So anyhow, they come in 3 file formats as far as the sticker books go. So you get Good Notes, Noteful, and Zoom Notes. And you also get the PNGs files, and they're all labeled. And those are great if you're using a different type of app for planning, or you're in a different operating system like in Android, and need to just be able to compile your own sticker books just from PNG files. So let's jump into this one. It's called Hot Air Balloons, and it is not season specific, but it definitely has that great outdoors feeling. So I hope you're going to like this. I wanted everything to feel very like hand stitched and just kind of comfy, cozy, cute. And I hope you like it. I think it turned out really cute. So we start off with these 11 hot air balloons. There's a lot of pink in here, but you've also got some blues and purples and a few little green bits. But just really cute. And if you look really close, you've got, like I said, kind of this hand-stitched feeling to them, in a watercolor illustration style. So I think it's really darling, and I hope you do too. And then we've got a couple little landscapes here. And the fun thing with the landscapes is you get it kind of in 2 versions. There's one with the little hot air balloons in the distance and one without. So that makes them really versatile to where you can use them in a completely different way if you want later on, that's not hot air balloon centric. And then we've got a little picnic basket and a blanket, some rainbows and clouds and stars. You also get the color palette that I used, and a link that'll take you over to the Windy Chaos Library, which has got days of the weeks and numbers and just loads of little things that will fill this out into a big kit easy for you. Okay, and then on the second page here, we have some bows and butterflies, some flowers. Now, granted, most of the flowers are pink, but they're all a little bit different. And so I was just having a really hard time eliminating anything. And I do try to keep these sets fairly small so that I can get them out to you faster, although there has been nothing fast about this year for me so far. But there you go. Lots of cuteness there. We've got this little heart, and we've got some cute little clouds and some more clouds. Now this is a cloud that scene that'll stretch from side to side for you. So the edges are cut off, but it's so cute. I mean, like, that would be darling in any appointment box or date box that you wanted. And then this one is kind of the same thing, just a little bit of a different style. And you get the same with a blue background if you want. So that is the clip art. And then we're going to jump over and I'll show you the patterns. For me, I love doing the patterns. Every time I think, okay, well, with this set, I won't do patterns. And then I just can't help myself. And I have so much fun putting the patterns together. So one of the fun things about this one is usually I have 9 patterns and 9 textures. This time you get a few extra patterns because I did several of them where they have a background or they don't have a background. So like this flower one, whoops, I'm on the pin. Okay, there you go. See, it's got no background to it, and then this one's got a white background. So that gives you two options for that pretty. And these are seamless. Most of them are seamless. I have one that is not seamless in this set, but I gave you all the extras with the no background. This one doesn't have a background. It's just a kind of a cute like cross stitch pattern. And it's just got this fun watercolor look to it. I really like it. And then the hearts, we've got one without a background and one with the white background. Then we've got these cute rainbows without a background. And then we've got this patchwork quilt. Then we've got these clouds without a background and with a background. And this is the one that's not seamless, and it's just a watercolor wash to make a pretty sky. And then we've got these pretty little stripes, like a ribbon. And then these stars, one with a background, one without a background. Feel free to tell me in the comments or on the Facebook group, do you prefer patterns that have a background or don't have a background? Then on the textures, none of these have backgrounds. They are all clear backgrounds. So, and then the color has been removed. And then I have these all, except for this one. Sorry, there's a couple of them there. This one is at 50% opacity. Everything else is at 100% opacity, so that you can then change that up as you like. And as you saw on this one, if you wanted to build it up and make it a little more distinct, you can do that by just duplicating, layering extras on it. It just looked... I don't know. I didn't like the way it looked when I was playing with it in Photoshop at 100%. So I went ahead and knocked down the opacity on that one. But everything else is at the regular... Oh, this one, I was playing with it earlier. So let me change it. Yeah, I've already recorded this one, so I'm recording it again. But yeah, that one is actually like that in the sticker book. So there you go. And yeah, I think these turned out really good. So I play with the opacity all the time on mine, but if I give you something at 50% opacity and you want it, it's harder to make it bolder than it is to make it less opaque. So I know in Noteful, it's a really easy thing to change the opacity. I know a lot of people who are still in GoodNotes, they just pop things over into Keynote and they play with opacity there. So for me, I use Zoom Notes. It's super easy to play with opacity here. So there we go. Let's take a look at the mock-ups. And I'm sorry, my Zoom Notes is just a little bit slow. Okay, there you go. I just made a pretty little landscape. This one I kept the one with the little tiny balloons in the background, and I popped in 3 big balloons. And then I just made a couple of shapes just right on the page that, you know, if I were planning, these would be my lists or my to-dos or my appointments, what have you. And super easy page. I mean, seriously, really, really fast to do. Okay, and then this is the rings. And I went a little crazy on this one. This one's got a lot going on, but I just wanted to show you the versatility. You know, I used that crisscross pattern here on the schedule. I used just a really simple, just the landscape picture there. This one is, I played with where you kind of layer things so that two of the balloons are in front of this little cute background and one balloon is tucking up from behind. So it gives that illusion of 3D, which I think is super fun. And then this one I did the stars and the back, the texture. I think that is a darling, and I can see myself using this quite a bit, especially like when it gets closer to 4th of July. Oh my gosh, I will use this over and over and over. So I love that. And there we go. And now here's the last one to share with you. Super simple, doesn't have a hot air balloon in it, but I just did two of the flowers as a background. Blew them up as big as I liked. Drew through little shapes on it, and then the last thing was topping it off with some butterflies. So simple, but so impactful, and I just kind of love a bold graphic like that. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. In my previous video that I'm not releasing now, but I kind of went on and on about what's been going on with me, and I'm not gonna do that with you this time. It was cathartic just to say it all, but just know that some of the really big plans that I had for the new year, they're just a little bit on hold. It's just a slower, gentler rollout than what I wanted to do. And I'm a little sad about it because I felt like I had some really good momentum going into the new year. But I'm recognizing now more than ever that everything has changed for me in so many ways. My mom passed in November and I was her primary caregiver. My husband had shoulder surgery in September and he retires officially next month. And it's just a lot of change in a short period of time. I recognize probably now more than ever that this business was my refuge during that time period of being a caretaker, because it's not my natural, oops, sorry, there's a siren going off by the house. It's not my natural tendency. I always knew I wasn't meant to do anything medical. It just is not my forte. It's not where I shine. And being kind of forced into that position was really difficult for me and for my mom. I do not have the patience of Job. And anytime that I wasn't taking care of her, I was trying to work on this business, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And it became my place as my world got smaller and smaller, where it was just taking care of her and getting her to appointments and things like that I took refuge in my computer and doing this wonderful creative thing. And now it's not that I don't have need of that. I just have to frame it in a different way. And I'm figuring it out, I still love it, but I'm not sure what my daily schedule looks like anymore. It's been rather helter-skelter, and when my mom first passed, we were right on top of the holidays, and it was just easy to kind of delve into that and shut off a lot of emotions and stuff as far as the grieving process. And now I'm having to do that, having to go through her things. I'm having to go through her house, having to deal with her estate, and it takes some time, but it takes a lot of emotional energy. And that emotional energy, I think, is what I funneled into this business before. And with that going someplace else now. It's definitely it's definitely a little bit of a struggle. So I'm not leaving. I'm just trying to be realistic with what I can accomplish and still make this the joyful thing that I need it to be. I want it to be, and I love it for the community. I love it for what it does for my life, having this creative outlet. I just had to find my new way. And I appreciate so much your patience as I've done that. And please, I hope you don't feel abandoned. It's certainly not where I want anybody to feel. But I'm still here, and I have appreciated all the happy thoughts, all the caring thoughts, all the prayerful thoughts that have been sent my way. And I will persevere and press on, and I know that I'm going to find a new path and a new direction, and hopefully this will bloom bigger and better and more beautiful than ever, because I know my mom wanted that for me too. She loved it. She didn't quite understand it. For her, when I did paper stickers, that was a lot more relatable, and digital planning was completely like wacko to her. She just she thought it was cool, but she just didn't quite understand it. So anyway, that was kind of fun. But she was my biggest cheerleader for absolute. And I know she wants me to pick up where I left off and push on even harder. So I will do that as soon as I can. I think I'm just taking a little bit of a mental break and an emotional break from things, and figuring things out. And I know when I am back 100%, it's all going to be great. So thank you for hanging in there with me, and thanks for letting me go on and on, even though I said I wasn't going to go on and on. Take care and have a wonderful day.